this week, to my understanding, was getting rid of their slow starts. It's happened the last several weeks, and then when that happens, they become one-dimensional. They stop running the football. They stop running play action. And when you look at the stats, Brady's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL when they run play action. A week ago against the Saints and all the issues on offense, Bruce Arians thought the protection of Tom Brady far and away the worst aspect of it. If they correct what's going wrong up front, hopefully they can be more consistent on offense.
Which Tom Brady is going to show up today, the Jekyll or the Hyde?
He loves to drive him crazy with his evil lips. My deadly trip.
Here's Hyde. Brady threw it up for grabs. Extremely dangerous. It will be a pick six. Come on, Tommy.
Get rid of my Jekyll.
There's life for the box. Perfect throw by Brady. Welcome back before you blink an eye. Here's Hyde. Looking for revenge.
In all the bad intentions.
Just can't break free.
I said you down.
Look out.
Kind of spooked Brady. There's no place to hide.
Y'all are getting out of hand with these graphics, man.
Well, we've got numbers, I guess, to support that
Oh, my God.
coyote-induced video right there, I guess. When they win, Brady's looking great. When they lose, they get to him. So, there's that. Hour number 2 of NFL Game Day Morning presented by Lowe's. We put the home in home team. Rich Eisen, Steve Mariucci, Kurt Warner, Michael Irvin here for another 3 hours to take you to kickoff of the early games. There's more late games today than early games. There's 5 in the 1 o'clock Eastern window, and then when the clock strikes 4, 6 games, all leading to Sunday Night Football tonight in New England between the Ravens and the New England Patriots.
That used to be the game.
And Sunday Night Football last week, we all know, was the moment where we thought GOAT v. GOAT, and Breeze and the Saints came in and boat raced the Bucs right in front of the pirate ship and the entire country. So the Tom Brady that we talked about earlier, just hour number 1, that we saw, Kurt, in your film session, that he's not yet comfortable, or do we see Mooch, the guy who is just lighting up the Packers and other teams that we've seen so far this year?
Well, I'm saying it's going to be that guy that's lighting up the Packers, not the guy with the red eyes and all that scary stuff. I think he's going to come back and recover, and he's going to have that eye of the tiger. You know, here's the thing, though. Good young play caller Byron Leftwich, all right? And when this game is over with, he's got to look back at the statistics and the game plan and the results and say, hey, what did we get accomplished around here with this offense? And they got to go back to basics. They can't have a game like they did last week where they're throwing the ball and Tom's getting hit and they only rush the ball really 4 times, okay? They've got to be balanced. Right. They've got to run. They got to play action pass like Kurt Warner did last week on play action pass. Remember that, one of your 12 XOs? And they got to have screens and draws and high percentage passes and have a mix. Take a shot to Mike Evans now and then. But get back to what you do best, but be balanced and versatile. You can't be one-dimensional. And I think Tom will be back on track.
Yeah, I love your point. We saw it earlier from James talking about what is this offense? What is their identity? And we had that conversation when Tom Brady signed with the Bucs. We wondered what this was going to be. Is it going to be Tom Brady's offense? Is it going to be Bruce Arians' offense? And that, when you break down this season for Tom Brady, when he plays Brady ball, which is more small ball, dink and dunk, complete balls, get first downs. He's got a 100 quarterback rating, 72% completion, 10 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. When he plays Bruce ball or Byron ball and they're throwing the ball down the field, the last 5 weeks, he's got a 38 quarterback rating, 3 completions, 28 attempts down the field. And that, to me, is really what's going to determine where this team goes, is how are they going to play football, Michael? Are they going to play Brady ball? And what Tom Brady, the GOAT, has done best throughout his career, and that's control the clock, get first downs, make the smart, quick decisions, get the ball out of his hands. Or are they going to continue to see all these shiny weapons and go, man, we got all these guys, we got to throw the ball down the field, we got to throw the ball down the field. That's where they're struggling. They're struggling up front to protect Tom Brady, and they're struggling to complete those passes down the field.
For a while, I thought they had it because they started out to give Tom some passes inside. Then I'll ask him, I know Kurt's not because he's old, to try to throw it outside. They tried to throw it outside, and they had it right there. But let me tell you what's interesting to me. After Tom Brady, and I noticed this, after Tom Brady loses, it's not just how Tom Brady shows up, it's how the rest of the team shows up and plays. And it's almost like the rest of these guys know Tom is taking a chance with us, and we're going to play better. Tom is going to play better. That's just what it is when he loses football games. But Tom, after last time when they lost to the Saints, they came back, they beat Carolina. Tom threw for 217 yards, a TD, and an interception. They won that game after they lost to Chicago. Remember, everybody said, oh, my God, lost Chicago. They came back and beat Green Bay. Tom only threw for 166 yards and 2 TDs. So everybody around Tom feels like they want to help rescue and step up and play, and that's what Tampa Bay needs. They need the offensive line blocking. They need the receivers making plays. Everybody else, I do believe, will step up and make plays.
Yeah, Brady lost back-to-back games only once last year. It's a rarity. It's a rarity for Tom, and it hasn't happened this year. We'll see if it happens today, later on in Carolina. Meanwhile, the Pittsburgh Steelers enter Week 10 of the NFL season as the lone remaining undefeated team. And at the Confluence later on today, it is Big Ben versus Joe Burrow for the first time. It's an interesting matchup we'll be ready for. Same with Aditi Kinkhabwala. Aditi?
Rich, the Steelers return home after 3 weeks away and after having not put together a complete effort since they were back here. But now in the Bengals, they face a team that's coming off of a bye and a big win over the Titans. When I talked to Bengals veteran running back Gio Bernard, he said there's a confidence and a swagger to this Cincinnati offense that he hasn't experienced in a few years. Part of that is Burrow, as you said, settling in. Part of it is Burrow staying upright after being sacked 28 times prior to that Titans game. Today against the Steelers, though, he faces a relentless pass rush, one that's looking to try to cloud things up. Defensive coordinator Keith Butler said they want to make sure that Burrow doesn't have time to find someone to throw the ball to. Should they be able to do that, then the Steelers hope they can reassert that they are indeed the best team in the AFC.
Hey, bring your energy, baby. We're born for this. We're made for this. You still crazy, though. If we turn the volume up.
Oh, that is Chase Claypool.
4 touchdowns.
What a throw by Ben.
Patrick Mahomes having himself a night.
All day, baby.
Stephon Diggs somehow brought it in.
I like this a lot. Play for each other. Love you guys. Jackson keeps it. He will stroll in for the touchdown.
Let's go.
Pops it down the far sideline. Touchdown.
That's what I'm talking about. Heck yeah. Hey, win. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the kick.
This is the way it should be in the AFC.
With the Week 10 kickoff victory on Thursday Night Football, the Colts went from the 9th seed to the 4th seed. And now the bye-weeking Chiefs will see how the rest of the deck gets potentially reshuffled. The Browns coming off a bye, and here comes Tua and the Dolphins, who have won 4 in a row. So I asked this question, a little bit of pins and needles, based on the fact of how you were asked 2 weeks ago how the NFC looked, and then any given Sunday occurred.
Fluid, Rich.
There's been a lot of given Sundays lately. Who's the best team in the AFC?
Well, I'm a little more confident in this one than I am the NFC. NFC, to me, is a toss-up, and we will see how that shakes out. But in terms of the AFC, and I know the Steelers are the lone undefeated